welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. Today's program is very special. It's the grand finale for this 13th year of the program. The program is featuring St. Peter's Secondary School, the reigning champions who are defending their trophy against Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Before we meet these contestants, let's take a message from our sponsors.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back, viewers, to our grand finale. The contest is between St. Peter's Secondary School, our reigning champions, and they are going to be contesting with Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, and it's represented by
Ulandra Beru, SS3.
Timothy Coates, Form 3.
Kofi Sefa, SS3.
You are welcome, gentlemen. On my left, we have St. Peter's Secondary School, represented by
Asayinua.
Michael Foley. Beko Delasi.
You are also welcome. Let's get right to it. Round one. We'll begin on my left with St. Peter's Secondary School. Your question, and one attempt only, please. What is the function of the thoracic duct? Yes, Michael?
The thoracic duct retains lymph back into the circulatory system.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, what is the function of enterokinase? One attempt only, please. Yes, Timothy?
It is an enzyme which catalyzes the conversion of the inactive trypsinogen to active trypsin.
That's correct. For this next two questions, I'm going to be alternating, all right? So listen to your preamble. Name one element named after a human being, and you have one attempt when I get to you. So you'll tell me the name of the element and the person after whom it's named. And I'm starting with you, St. Peter's. Yes, Michael?
Mendelevium, after Dmitry Mendeleev.
That's correct. Your turn, Presbyterian boys. Yes, Roland.
Einsteinium, after Albert Einstein.
That's also correct. Electricity supplied by a battery is direct current, while that from the mains is alternating current. Distinguish between these two types of current. One attempt only. Yes, Michael?
The direct current is the type of current which flows in only one direction, but the alternating current is the current which reverses its polarity or direction periodically.
That's correct. Find the value of x if 5 to the power, and I'm giving you an expression for the power, 3x minus 6 is equal to 125. Yes, Timothy?
X is 3.
X is 3. Fill in the lettered blanks. And I'm going to give you a statement, and you'll have one attempt to give me the answers in the proper order. The larvae of insects in the order Lepidoptera are called -A, while those of insects in the order Diptera are called -B. Yes, Michael?
A is caterpillar, B is maggot.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, similar situation. You are going to fill in the lettered blanks in the statement. You have one attempt and give it in the proper order. The sensory receptors in the ear are sensitive to dash A, while those in the tongue are sensitive to dash B. Yes, Sifa?
A is sound, B is chemicals.
That's correct. Next pair of questions. Copper 2 in aqueous solution can be written as Cu, open brackets, H2O, subscript 4, 2 plus. A hydrated salt of copper 2 can be written as CuSO4.5H2O. What is the difference between the water molecules in the former and the latter? Noah.
Okay, for the first one, the water molecules are bonded directly to the copper ion. But in the second one, the water molecules are surrounded, they are coordinated around the salt, attached to the salt.
What do you mean bonded directly? I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. In the first case, the water is covalently bonded to the copper. In the second case, this is water of hydration, where the water molecules are weakly bound to the crystal. Presbyterian boys, the benzene molecule is stabilized by resonance, but the charge on the anion formed from benzene by removing a proton is not. Why? It's not stabilized. Why? Yes, Timothy.
In the benzene form, the delocalized electrons are free to move around all the carbon atoms, so that the octet rule for each carbon atom is satisfied. However, when a proton is removed, the electrons are not adequate to satisfy the octet rule for all the carbon atoms, so the compound is not stable.
Why? I'll give you 1 out of 3. I was expecting you to tell me about the directions of these bonds, okay? So the anion charge is in an orbital perpendicular to the orbitals of the electrons involved in the ring structure. Okay, so perpendicular. The next pair of questions. Yours first, St. Peter's. Electricity corporations have an international standard color code for wiring our homes and electrical equipment. Which colors or color is or are used for 1, the live wire, 2, the earth, 3, the neutral? You are going to give me 3 colors in the proper order and 1 attempt. Yes, Noah?
Okay, the live is brown, the neutral is green or yellow, and the earth is blue.
I'm going to give you 1 out of 3. You got the live one right. The live is brown. The earth is yellow or green. So it's the earth, not the neutral. Okay? And then the neutral is blue. Your question, Presbyterian boys. An electric bulb contains a tungsten filament which glows white when hot. The bulb is filled with argon, an inert gas. Give 3 uses of the argon gas. 1 attempt only. Yes, Timothy.
The tungsten is inert, so it prevents the argon is inert, so it prevents oxidation of the tungsten when it becomes hot, and also prevents the blackening of the glass surface. And also, because the argon is present in the bulb, there's a pressure within, so that the tungsten is not vaporized as a result of the heat supplied.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. Yes, you got this right. It prevents the filament from being oxidized, and it prevents the bulb from blackening. Those 2 you got right, but you could have added, it prevents the weakening of the filament, and as a result of the prevention of the oxidation, it prevents reduction in the conducting properties of the filament. Last pair of questions in this round. St. Peter's, state a valid conclusion which can be drawn from the two statements. And the statements are, some old things are valuable. Second statement, valuable things are expensive. One attempt only. Yes, Noah?
Some old things are expensive.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, state a valid conclusion which can be drawn from the two statements. Your first statement, all mathematicians are smart people. Second statement, Kofi is not a mathematician. One attempt only. Yes, Timothy?
Kofi may or may not be smart.
That's correct. On that note, we come to the end of round one.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the first round, our scores are St. Peter's Secondary School, 21 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 21 points. Well done, gentlemen. We are in a dead heat. Let's see what happens in round two. As you know, contestants, round two is our round for applied science. I know you studied a lot of science in your classrooms. Let's find out how well you apply all these concepts to everyday situations. Good luck. We'll start on my right with Presbyterian boys this time. Your question. A solid right circular cone has base radius 5 centimeters and height 12 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the cone. Please leave your answer in pi. Yes, Timothy?
65 pi centimeters squared.
Try again. Yes, Roland?
90 pi centimeters squared.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A solid right circular cylinder has base radius 10 centimeters and height 15 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the cylinder. You may also leave your answer in pi. Yes, Michael?
350 pi centimeters squared.
Try again. Yes, Noah?
10 roots, 325 centimeters squared.
Yes, Delasi?
250 pi centimeters squared.
For a bonus? Yes, Roland?
500 pi centimeters squared.
500. Next question to you, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. A housewife observed that whenever she makes salad, the salad leaves, that is the lettuce, wilt within a shorter time when she puts the salad cream on it. But the leaves remain crisp for a longer time when she does not add the salad cream. Could you explain to her what is going on? Yes, Timothy?
The crisp, the cream is viscous or is thick, and it absorbs water from the lettuce and causes the wilting of the lettuce. However, for the crisp substance, it does not absorb any water from the leaf, so it does not wilt.
Yes, if I add something or clarify.
When the salad cream is not added, it remains crisp as a result of the water that remains inside. But when the salad cream is added to it, there's an osmotic gradient created, and this lets water leave the leaves. Therefore, the turgidity of the leaf goes down.
I'll give you that. So, viewers, if you are not ready to eat your salad, leave the cream off. Your question, St. Peter's. Another housewife observed that even though the addition of baking powder and yeast to flour dough both cause the dough to rise, in the case of the baking powder, the dough only rises when heat is applied, whereas with the yeast, the dough rises at room temperature. Could you explain to her what is going on? Yes, Noah.
Okay, for the baking powder contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. So this can only release the CO2 when it's heated, as it decomposes to release the CO2, which helps the bread to rise. But that's for the yeast undergoes fermentation. That's anaerobic expression to produce the CO2, which helps the bread to rise.
Add something.
And also, when the
bell has gone. I'll give you 2 out of 3. The main idea is to produce CO2. When yeast is added to the dough, alcohol fermentation of the yeast cells occurs, and this results in the production of the CO2, which causes the dough to rise. Fermentation can occur at room temperature. Baking powder, on the other hand, contains sodium bicarbonate and a weak acid. This was missing from your response. Okay, the two react in the presence of water and heat to produce the CO2. Next pair of questions. Presbyterian boys. Little Essie is sipping an orange drink with a transparent straw. She sucks in the drink and quickly covers the top of the straw with her finger. With her finger still at the top of the straw, she raises the straw and finds a column of the drink trapped in the straw. She is fascinated to realize that as long as her finger remains on the top of the straw, the drink in the straw does not flow out. However, when she takes off her finger, the drink flows out. What is going on? Yes, Roland.
When little Essie sucks on the drink, she takes in the air on the surface of the drink and thereby reduces the pressure there. So the atmospheric pressure lifts the drink through the straw into the Essie's mouth. When she covers the straw with the finger, the pressure there is still very low, and therefore the atmospheric pressure is still able to keep that column of the drink in the straw. And when she takes her finger off, the pressure on both sides of the drink equalizes, and therefore the liquid is able to accelerate downwards under its own weight.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A man intends to buy a beautifully sprayed car from a second-hand car dealer. He, however, wants to be sure that plastic fillers have not been used to cover up rusts or crash damage. How can he detect whether or not plastic fillers have been used? Yes, Noah.
Okay, he can do this by using a magnet. As he can use a magnet on a car. And places where they are plastic, the magnet will not be attracted. But places where it's metal, it will be attracted.
You are right. So when you're going to the second-hand car dealer, don't forget to take your magnet. Next pair of questions. Presbyterian boys. A liter of petrol costs 7,800 cedis, and the average fuel consumption of a car is 5 liters per 42 kilometers. Find the cost of petrol for a journey of 252 kilometers. Yes, Timothy.
234,000 cedis.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A liter of diesel costs 7,500 cedis, and the average fuel consumption of a truck is 8 liters per 30 kilometers. Find the cost of diesel for a journey of 750 kilometers by the truck. Yes, Michael.
150,000 cedis.
Try again. Yes, Noah.
800,000 cedis.
Your last chance. Michael.
1.5 million cedis.
That's correct. The last pair of questions for this round, and we are starting with you again, Presbyterian boys. Not all living things breathe, but all living things respire. Do you agree with this statement? Explain your answer. Yes, Timothy.
I agree with this statement because for an organism to breathe, it has to possess lungs. And breathing is just the process by which air is taken inhaled into the body and exhaled outside. But then all living things respire because some organisms possess spiracles and other structures to take in air. But then respiration occurs when oxygen is used to oxidize glucose to produce energy, which is vital for the survival of any living organism.
I'll give you the mark. A cell with chromosome number 13 is more likely to come from testicular tissue than from liver tissue. Do you agree with this statement? Explain your answer. Yes, Michael.
I agree with this statement. This is because for testicular tissues, the chromosome number is going to be haploid, meaning that it will contain an odd number of chromosomes. But then for the liver, it should be a diploid number of chromosomes, which should be even. So I agree with the statement.
That's correct. This brings us to the end of round 2.
The future lies in the hands of our children. Children today, leaders tomorrow. And education holds the key. Without the proper learning environment, these children may never reach their full potential. And it should not be that way.
It looks like what?
That is where the Ghana Education Trust Fund steps in, so that these children can have access to basic facilities and enjoy the learning experience. Gradually, one by one, we are removing the barriers in the way of quality basic education. We will continue, so they too can continue. Get Fund. We invest in tomorrow's leaders.
At the end of the second round, our scores are St. Peter's Secondary School, 39 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 41 points. We are still going on. Round 3. Contestants, as you know, round 3 is our problem of the day. The problem of the day requires a bit more effort, and so we'll give you more time. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which to present your response. You may turn over your sheets so that we can read the problem of the day. Our problem of the day. Evaluate. Log to the base 2 of 5 over 3 plus log to the base 2 of 6 over 7 minus log to the base 2 of 5 over 28. That's the first part. For the second part, if log to the base 8 of n is equal to half p, and log to the base 2 of 2n is equal to q, and q minus p is equal to 4, find the value of n. Good luck, contestants. You may begin.
As I start my day, I know they are counting on me. I am a truck driver for the Ghana Education Trust Fund. My job is to supply books to schools across the country. Whenever I see the school kids, my mind goes back to my school days. I too had hopes and dreams that sadly never came to pass. I made a firm promise to myself that if I couldn't chase my dreams, I would make sure that others could. Seeing these happy kids simply warms my heart. It's happening every day, and I'm proud to be part of Get Fund. Get Fund, we invest in tomorrow's leaders.
Contestants, please send representatives to present your solutions on the whiteboards. The contestants have presented their solutions. Before we look at them, let's first take a look at the ideal solution from our consultants. For the first part, to calculate for the answer, you need to take the log to the base 2 of 5 over 3 times 6 over 7 times 28 over 5 to give log to the base 2 of 8, which is 3. Next, let's collect what we know. P is equal to 2 to the log to the base 8 of n. Q is log to the base 2 of 2n. And Q minus P is equal to 4. If we start from Q minus P is equal to 4, we'll have log to the base 2 of 2n minus 2 to the log to the 2 log to the base 8 of n. Log to the base 2 of 2n minus 2 log to the base 2 of n over log to the base 2 of 8. Notice that we've gone from a base of 8 to a base of 2. Everything is now in log to the base 2. So log to the base 2, 2n, minus 2 log to the base 2, n over 3 is equal to our 4. If you solve this, you ought to come up with 1 plus 1/3 log to the base 2 of n is equal to 4. Solving further, 1/3 log to the base 2 of n is equal to 3. So log to the base 2 of n is 9, and so n has to be 2 to the power 9, or 512. If we start with St. Peter's Secondary School, for the first part, the same as our consultants, 3 is correct. For the second part, they took a different approach, but as you know, there are many ways to get to the same final destination. They prefer to solve simultaneous equations. That's their business. But in the end, they got to the final answer. 8 to the power 3 is the same as 2 to the power 9. Presbyterian boys did exactly what our consultants were expecting. Congratulations, contestants. Well done. We end round 3. So we come to the top of round 4. As you know, questions in this round normally involve calculations, and so you have 30 seconds in which to present your response. For questions that do not involve calculations, you'll still have your 15 seconds. Let's begin, and we'll start this time on my left with St. Peter's. But we'll have a preamble, a common preamble. So listen to your preamble carefully, and then I'll come to you, St. Peter's. When iron pyrites, an ore of iron containing FeS2, is roasted in air, sulfur 4 oxide and iron 3 oxide are formed, according to the equation. 4 FeS2 plus 11O2 goes to 2 Fe2O3 plus 8 SO2. Now, St. Peter's, calculate the moles of SO2 that can be obtained from 1,200 kilograms of the ore if the ore is only 80% pure. Atomic masses: iron 56, sulfur 32. Yes, Noah?
5 moles.
No, try again. For a bonus. Yes, Timothy?
1,600 moles.
No, that's incorrect. It's 16,000 moles. You were missing 1 0. Your own question. Calculate the volume of SO2 to be collected at STP if the overall yield is 50%. 1 molar volume at STP is 22.4 decimeter cube. Yes, Timothy?
224,000 decimeter cube.
That's correct. Another common preamble. 2 3x3 matrices, A and B, are given by A is equal to 1 0 1, 2 1 0, 0 2 negative 1, and B is equal to 2 negative 1 1, 1 1 negative 2, 0 1 1. Now, St. Peter's, find AB. Yes, Noah?
We have 2 0 2, 2 0 2, 5 1, 5 minus 1, 0 2, 1 minus 5.
That's correct. Presbyterian boys, find A squared. For a bonus, Noah.
1 2 0 4 1 2 4 0 minus 2.
Oh dear, you had 1 number wrong, so I can't give it. The answer is 1 2 0 4 1 2 4 0 1. Next pair of questions. St. Peter's, a force of 20 newtons causes a spring to be stretched by 5 centimeters. How much longer will a 30 Newton force stretch the spring if the elastic limit is not exceeded? Yes, Noah?
0.075 meters.
No, try again. Yes, Michael?
12.5 centimeters.
Try again. Last chance. Yes, Michael?
7.5 centimeters.
No. For a bonus, Timothy?
2.5 centimeters.
That's correct. Your own question. A force of 25 newtons stretches a spring 2 centimeters more than it was stretched by a 15 Newton force. What is the spring constant? Yes, Timothy?
500 newtons per meter.
No, try again. Sefa?
50 newtons per meter.
Your last chance. Roland?
5,000 newtons per meter.
No. For a bonus?
0.05 Newton per meter.
No. The answer is 2.5 Newton meter. 2.5 Newton meter. Last pair of questions in this round. Distinguish between viviparous, oviparous and ovoviviparous animals? Yes, Michael.
Viviparous animals are animals whose young ones complete their development within the body of their parents, in which their parents provide them all the nutrients throughout their development. Oviparous animals are animals which develop shortly within the body, and then they are laid in eggs for them to complete their development, in which the egg provides all the nutrients required by the young one. But the ovoviviparous, they are contained in eggs within the parent's body, and then they are only brought out when they hatch within the parent's body and are only brought out after they hatch.
Well done. Presbyterian boys, distinguish between soil profile, soil texture, and soil structure. Yes, Roland.
Soil profile is a vertical cross-section which shows all the different arrangement of the different soil layers as displayed in a whole. Soil texture refers to how the soil feels within fingers, which is a representation of the relative amounts of sand, clay, and loam which is present in the amount of soil. And soil structure is the relative size of the particles of the different types of soil. And the arrangement.
I'm giving you 2 out of 3. Soil profile is the sequence of the different layers of soil in a vertical section. That's correct. Soil texture refers to the particle sizes of the soil. You mentioned somewhere, you were talking about the feel. Soil structure refers to the way the individual soil particles are bound together to form aggregates. You didn't get that. That brings us to the end of round 4.
As a little girl, my dream was to become a doctor. I always wanted to help the sick. Now I'm in the dental school together with others who had similar dreams. The support from the Ghana Education Trust Fund has made things a lot better. Their support has helped provide new equipment, teaching aids, improved facilities, and our student loan. We're studying hard, and we know that we can continue to count on support from Get Fund to turn our dreams into reality.
At the end of the 4th round, our scores are St. Peter's Secondary School 55 points, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School 57 points. This championship is going to be decided in the final round. But before we begin, a few comments. Contestants, viewers, this is what we have at stake, our trophy. It's truly a battle of the titans. In the 13-year history of this program, St. Peter's Secondary School has won the contest twice. They are our defending champions. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has also won the contest, the championship, twice. We will find out today who will win the championship for the 3rd time. So, round 5. Contestants, as usual, round 5 will come to you in 2 parts. In the first part, I will be presenting the schools with statements to which you will be responding true or false. For a correctly answered statement, you stand to gain 2 points. For a wrongly answered statement, you will lose 1 precious point from the points you have already accumulated. You may choose not to respond, in which case the statement will be passed on to your opponents. Good luck. Let's begin round 5. And I'm starting on my right with Presbyterian Boys. Your statement. The magnitude of velocity is speed. Yes, Sefa?
It's true.
It's true. St. Peter's. All alpha particles emitted in radioactivity have the same mass, the same charge, and the same energy. Yes, Noah?
False.
False is correct. The others are the same, but energies are not necessarily the same. Presbyterian boys. Used to detect nuclear radiation are called radiators. Yes, Efa?
It's false.
It's false. Increase in temperature reduces the time for the reaction, and I'm about to give you the reaction. 2A gas plus B gas going reversibly to 2C gas plus heat to reach equilibrium. Noah?
True.
True. Electrolysis of concentrated and dilute aqueous solutions of NaCl using inert electrodes give the same products. Yes, Efa?
It's false.
It's false. No electric field lines can exist within a system of charges that is electrically neutral. Yes, Michael?
False.
False is correct. The pacemaker of the heart is located in the right atrium.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. The last statement for this part of round 5. Division is an operation on the set of matrices. Yes, Noah?
False.
False is correct. So we've come to the end of the first part of round 5. For the second part of round 5, I'm going to be giving the schools riddles to solve. If you are able to solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third clue and any clue thereafter, 3 points. When you are ready to solve a riddle, you have to alert me. You'll do so by ringing your bell. Let's hear your bell, St. Peter's. All right, and your bells, Presbyterian boys. Okay. When you ring the bell, you must have your response ready. I will not wait for a response. I am a group of parasites. My members prefer plants and have very little to do with animals. We are of economic importance because of the damage we do to leaves and stems of cereal crops. Many of my members form different types of spores, and some require 2 different host plants. We belong to a group of fungi scientists call Basidiomycetes. Our group name sounds like a reddish-brown substance. Yes.
Rust.
Rust is correct. Next riddle. To the Germans, I am a hermaphrodite. Chemically, this means I am an ampholyte and/or a double ion. Yes, Presbyterian boys.
Deuterium.
No, that's incorrect. I am a generic name for a group of 20 different but structurally related compounds. The human body can synthesize all with the exception of 8 of us. I may be obtained by hydrolysis of naturally occurring polypeptides. If I and others all contain the carboxylic acid, the carboxylic and amino functional groups, then who am I? Yes, Noah?
Amino acids.
Unfortunately, I can't accept that. Anyone from the audience, all you noisy people out there, no takers. It's a specific type of amino acid, the one found in proteins. And so it's alpha amino acid or 2 amino acid. I am the stuff mathematics is made of. You will find me in logical reasoning. Remember a theorem and you are getting close to me. I am a process of establishing the truth of a mathematical statement. Yes, St. Peter's.
Implication.
No. In a court of law, a judgment is given based on me. If you drop my first letter, I am a cover for any building. Who am I? Yes, Timothy.
Argument.
Oh no, it's not argument. Do you people know? Yes, sir. Proof is correct. Our final riddle. I am a renowned physicist and mathematician. Before I came to the scene, man knew but very little on soft X-rays. I served for many years on the governing boards of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, and the International Center for Theoretical Physics, ICTP, in Trieste, Italy. I have also served as the president of the Society of African Physicists and Mathematicians. Yes, Michael.
Professor Alote.
Professor Lotte is correct. On that note, we come to the end of round 5. At the end of the contest, our final scores are St. Peter's Secondary School, 71 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, 76 points. Contestants. In my eyes, both schools are champions. We'll give you the second place, St. Peter's, and you have the championship, Presbyterian Boys. Congratulations and well done. Viewers, thank you for being with us all through the weeks. I know you've had a very good time watching our contest. We've come to the end of the contest and the championship for this 13th year of the National Science and Math Quiz. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again we have come to the end of a very exciting competition. This year we've had 37 weeks of competition, and I must congratulate all the schools that took part, 36 schools that competed in this year's contest. I'd like to congratulate St. Peter's and our new champions, PRESEC. We still have one tradition that has not been broken yet. That is, no school has successfully defended the title. But now we have a school that is taking the trophy for keeps. May I invite Mr. Atajo Amara of the Science Resource Unit, representing both the Minister and the Director General, GES.
Madam Quiz Mistress, contestants, students from all walks of secondary schools in the country, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The world has come to recognize that science and technology is now the main cog of development. In the light of this, it is imperative that we as a nation also build up a strong science and technological base for the development of the country. Additionally, we have realized more now than ever that science surrounds us in our everyday life. And as a result, we have to make use of science as well as mathematics in our everyday activities. Today, science and mathematics have become a household name. Some students would even be refused admission into secondary schools if they don't pass very well in science and mathematics. The Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service are determined to make the study of science as pleasant and motivating as possible to all students, especially our girls or our ladies. This is the reason why we have put in various structures to encourage our students to develop the love for science and mathematics. The organizers of the program, the Prime Time Limited, need to be congratulated for the vision they had and for being able to bring their dreams to reality. The Ministry of Education, Science, and Sports will continue to support the program to the best of its ability. At this end, therefore, we want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you very much.
We also have with us now the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Clifford Niboy Tego.
It's always good to know that science is very much alive, at least in our secondary schools. Now, as you probably know, the National Educational Policy is pushing towards more science as against the humanities. I want to take the opportunity to let the young men and women know that we have in the past few years tried to put in facilities. Only last year, we spent nearly $1 million on science equipment. We're going to start a central science laboratory, and our engineering sciences building is also going to come up in another year or two. When you apply to engineering at Legon, to science at Legon, you are assured of very good facilities. Now, my final word, of course, goes to the contestants. I think you have made your schools very, very proud. I am I'm not from PRESEC or St. Peter's, but I assure you that next year, St. Augustine's College is going to come back with a bang. St. Peter's, you were first last year, weren't you? So you are second now. First or second, usually it's only a small gap between. So PRESEC, you may kiss the cup. Congratulations.
This year, again, we have a lady quiz mistress. And as I said at the beginning, it is to encourage the girls. You would agree with me that our quiz mistress has been very exceptional. Her first time on the program, and I'd like to give you to give her a big hand. And now, the good news. This year, the prizes have been more than doubled. For fourth prize, the school gets 20 million cedis, which was what first prize got last year, to be used to purchase science and math equipment. The teachers would get 1.5 million cedis, and the students who participated will share 1.5 million cedis. For the third prize, the winning school gets 30 million cedis, and we have 2.5 for teachers and the students to say Aiko and thank you for giving of your best. Second prize, 40 million cedis. We have 3.5 for teachers and students. And the first prize, maybe one day we'll be able to give a car or a bus. But for now, the prize, as I said, has been more than doubled. This year, the prize is 50 million cedis. For the students, we want to say thank you with 5 million cedis, and the teachers who prepared them, 5 million cedis to you all. We have a very special prize before we give the prizes. If you would remember, or you recall, 2 years ago, a young man from Bolga Secondary School. Thrilled us all. And he single-handedly took on the combined might of PRESEC and gave them a good run for their money. But for the last question, Subil alone would have won the competition. We at prime time were impressed with his performance, and we made a pledge that if he qualified for university in Ghana here, we would support him. We would give him 2 million cedis every year that he was in the undergraduate program. And this is a check for 4 million cedis to cover last academic year and this academic year, which has just ended. Congratulations and be acknowledged. And he got 7 A's.
I wish to thank the organizers of this program for this nice gesture. I wish to say that this award will really motivate me to learn even harder. And my special appreciation goes to my school, my headmaster in particular, and my teachers who've helped me so far. And also my parents, family in particular, for their support. Thank you very much.
And now we shall ask Mrs. Grace Vera Efa to do us the honors by presenting the 4th prize to a very special school. They've been here all the time, St. Francis Xavier. 3rd prize of 30 million cedis. We'll call on our chief consultant, Professor Ebenezer Kweku-Awotwe. We want to congratulate Opokuwari School for coming third. A prize of 40 million cedis, and this goes to our runner-up, 2 times champions, St. Peter's Secondary School. We will call on Mrs. Dorothy Glover, GES. Congratulations. Mrs. Glover will present the check and the cash. And now the very big boys, the other dear boys. A prize of 50 million cedis to PRESEC. Yes. And I think the Christmas, that is how we do it.